Hey, listener. This is a sad one. A little content warning up at the top here. This is the one where Nana Visitor visits the show and then dies of cancer. And we're going to talk about that along with everything else that happens in this one. If that's going to be too much for you, I fucking get it, but I'll talk about that in the episode. But don't worry about that. Skip this one. That's cool. We'll see you next week.
Hello and welcome to Who Are You? We're a sci-fi watchcast by a couple of former strangers who are now friends and watching 2004's Battlestar Galactica. I'm Laura.
And I'm Xhafer.
And this is a doozy. I don't know how much preamble we are going to do on this one, but
I have like 6.5 pages of notes, which is about a page and a half more than I normally manage for an episode.
I don't even know for me on this one. I was pretty detailed, but
it is dense, but in a good way.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We're not just like, I don't know, rehashing worries about figuring out who the final five are. Like, there's some actual meat.
A bunch of shit happens in this episode, and it has one of the most emotionally devastating B plots that we've had in this show so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to put some context on where I'm coming from, how I encountered this episode for everyone, for the listener especially.
Oh, yeah.
Because Xhafer already kind of knows, right?
I do, yes. We will, because we talk, and sometimes that talk is not recorded. So,
yeah, on occasion.
I've been known to.
So, listener, I encountered this episode, I think, Thursday or Friday night, and liked it, for one thing, went well. Then Saturday night, I went to see Mahler's Resurrection Symphony, which is super apt for this episode.
Yeah.
Very well coincidentally timed. And then the following day, our Australian Shepherd, who has been a member of our family for 14 years, passed away after a long decline. She's probably about 16 years old. You never quite know with rescue animals, but she had stopped eating in the last few days of the week. And we made the decision to try to have a veterinarian come to our home and help us through those last few hours. So, yeah, a lot of really weird stuff to encounter all at once together.
Yeah.
Some of it maybe, I don't know, instructional, healing, something along those lines. But I've got to say, if you haven't listened to the Resurrection Symphony, Mahler's No. 2, find yourself a copy. And especially look at the translation of the choral lyrics and the contralto solo that's in that. Because, boy, does it just like hit this episode on the nose.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry for your loss. I know we've talked, but just while we're like here, just saying it again.
Sure. So you don't look like an asshole for the listener.
Right. Yeah. From the listener's perspective, I am a complete dick. But yeah, no, it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been fortunate in that regard that Puff's still doing real good. 10 now.
Yeah.
But, Beth's lost a dog and a cat in her family.
Fairly recently, yeah.
Fairly recently, within about a year of each other here.
You spend all that time with them, and it's just not fair that their lives are a fraction of ours. Like,
yeah, for sure. Today's Mother's Day as we're recording. Happy Mother's Day, Laura, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I think I said that in a chat too, but I'm not sure if it was a group chat you were in or not. So my mom came over today with my sister and my brother-in-law and their puppy.
Oh.
And seeing the difference in the puppy and 10-year-old Puff
Yeah.
has me just looking at it like, oh God.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
hope.
she's always been a real quiet dog and a real chill dog,
Sure.
and their puppy is a Australian herder of some variety, a big floof dog that's got
High
boundless energy.
energy. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I wrestled this dog for probably 20 minutes today in multiple bouts. Just
Mhm.
like this dog has nonstop energy. And my puff is just sitting there on the sofa watching me wrestle this dog. Like, I'm so glad I'm not doing this right now. It's just like, you have fun, Dad. I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting when you've had them when they were young and energetic, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, they're not anymore.
Yeah, I'm not anymore. Oh.
Yeah. Same. Same.
All right.
Uh,
Well, we got a lot of episodes to talk about. We got season 4, episode 6, Faith.
yeah. I want to tell you what I wrote at the top of my notes because I'm doing this to like remind myself that I need
Yeah.
to watch for these things in the episode. So I have Gracchus watch. Where the hell's Gracchus?
Yeah.
What about Nikki? Because just
What
don't
about
think we're
Nikki?
thinking enough about Nikki.
We don't like kids in this show. What about
No.
Boxy? It's fine.
And then where is Hera? Which I do believe will get some stuff answered, but
Yeah.
yeah, not
Hera,
here.
Nikki, Boxy, all kids not paid. They did not have tutors on set for these kids. They just stopped showing up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. But the episode wants us to remember that Rosalind's got cancer again.
Yep.
And she was apparently taking Kamala, but I started
She's in
wondering like,
space chemo now.
yeah, is she actually taking any Kamala anymore? Do we have any evidence of that?
I don't know if she's on the Kamala anymore. I think
Mm-hmm.
she's given up on the Kamala. I think we've all given up on the Kamala. We thought it was going to work out. It didn't work out. We've given up on the Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a good idea. The Kamala did not work out. And so now she's on space chemo.
Spux is thinking about a gas giant of some kind.
Yeah. Yeah, we see some paintings.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a bit about basically the last like minute of the previous episode in our last time on as well,
Mm-hmm.
where things are about to go, and then there is Hilo's little mutiny. And that's where we open in Mutiny Res.
Yeah.
Athena restrains Starbuck. Hilo gives the order to jump back to the fleet, and Anders shoots Gaeta in the leg for following Hilo's order.
Yes. This is so awful.
It is gruesome. It is way more gruesome than I remembered it. I
Uh-huh.
had clearly tuned some of this out.
At first you think like, oh, he just like shot him in the ankle or whatever, but then we actually like are gonna dig around in this.
Yeah.
Because Kara gets away or Athena lets Starbuck go in shock, and she's immediately like taking charge of like, y'all fuckers don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm still captain and I'm going to try to fix this leg. And she's like digging the bullet out of the wound.
Yeah.
And it's so gross. She like sprinkles pain powder, basically.
Yeah, I think it's like cauterizing the wound or something because
yeah, she's like, this is going to
Gaeta
hurt.
starts screaming and they give him some Morpho.
Uh,
Morpho? Morpho is a superhero. I think Morpho is the drug that they're using in this.
yeah,
Anyways.
Morpho's also a butterfly.
That is true.
Yeah, and so we're just going to slap him in a bunk because I guess Celix can't handle this, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
Celix
this
is
is
the
bad.
medic, right?
Apparently. But this is bad. It's bad enough for Starbuck to go lucid and be like, oh, you know what, Hilo, you're actually right. We didn't need to shoot Gaeta in the leg. This would be way better if I just took a raptor and did it solo. It's just me and Leoben in a ship, and Anders is like hell.
Yeah.
And then Athena's like drafted into, she agrees, but it's just like, I need someone who speaks Cylon just in case.
Yeah, because she didn't know that she's got someone who maybe could speak a little Cylon.
Well, that's one of the funniest bits of this episode. We'll get to it. And so they all head out. They're going to go check on Leoben's story and check out this base star. Hot Dog calculates, how long they have to make this jump back to the fleet before they leave without them, and it's 15 hours and 7 minutes. So they start the clock for 15 hours and 7 minutes to theme. Survivor count 39,675. We are down 1, which is Sergeant Matthias last episode.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
Yeah, it has been like 2 weeks since we recorded, so.
Yeah.
And I will say
I'm not keeping up with the count.
The website that I was using for the Survivor count appears to have gone down in between recordings. I could not find it today. So I had to go dig through my notes and see who died.
Yeah, definitely Matthias. Kind of a big deal, considering we don't really know how trustworthy Leoben is. It does seem like that was just an accident.
It does. It does seem like it was just an accident, doesn't it?
Yeah. Nothing to point towards not
silence.
an accident at this time, right?
Rosalind is with Tori on Colonial 1, packing up stuff since they're going to head to Galactica for her next round of space chemo. And Rosalind notes that Tori is really focused up lately. She was a mess for a while, and whatever that was, that's past now because Tori's actually doing her job again. And she does not look like shit like she did for most of this season so far. She looked very sleep deprived. They were doing the whole disheveled thing. So
yeah,
she looks like she took a shower today. Which is a change. So
speaking of funny things in this episode that is ostensibly not funny.
Yeah.
This bald cap they put on Rosalind. Not good, right?
It's not great.
It's not great. You can tell that there's hair.
Very bulgy. Yeah. It's like obviously like when you're bald, your head looks big, right? That's part of it, but it looks so big.
Yeah.
Like if it had a little bit of texture and coloring to it, she'd look like one of the Mars Attacks aliens.
Right. I really wish that they had kept with the scarf or something. I know they were probably trying to go for like dramatic and shocking, but they had the scarf over her head. Or maybe they do that more in this episode.
We get, she gets
it's
that
better.
other scarf this episode. The shawl, yeah. Jean volunteers for the mission to the base star.
Thanks for telling me who that was, because I had no fucking idea.
That's Jean.
Okay.
Jean's a great background character. She is one of the pro pyramid players.
Oh, we've had this conversation
from New Caprica.
Before.
She's been around for forever. She's the one that you confuse with Celix sometimes.
I was going to say that I always think that they're the same person.
They do look kind of similar, and they both have proximity to Anders. So you rarely get both of them together to make it even more frustrating.
Yeah. I even wrote, is this Celix who volunteers here? And then later and I find out, no, it definitely was not. But I don't know what my problem is. I just don't have it. I don't have it.
Hilo checks in on Gata, and Gata's like, I don't want to lose my leg. We need to jump back so you could get me to Coddle, because every minute that we're here is a minute I'm closer to losing this leg. And he goes all like, bitch, you know I ain't jumping till the last possible minute or they get back. Like, you know this.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, his wife's on that ship. Like,
right.
Like, I also feel like the math and the possibility exists to, like, jump back immediately, like, well before they could possibly come back, get some more fuel real quick, drop Gata off, and then go back and just be like, hey, don't leave for, like, 15 hours. We will be right back.
Yes. Yep. I am unclear.
Drop Gata off. We'll explain it all later.
Yeah, I am so unclear. There's a couple of like jump related choices in this and the next episode that I'm like, I am unclear why we can't just work around this a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
I think in the next episode there's some like technobabble reasons why, but here I'm not convinced that we couldn't just jump and drop Gata off.
Do they not have they don't have any more Raptors. They just have the one Raptor too, so it's not like they've got a small ship that they could just send him on. Like,
Yeah, but it's
Celix,
like
go take him.
you could jump in and get on the horn immediately to Galactica and be like, come get Gata.
Yeah, you need to come get Gata to Coddle immediately. And
Right.
also, we're leaving and bring like a little fuel, and then we'll
Mhm.
be back in a couple of minutes, guys.
Yeah. And like in the time that that Raptor is coming to get Gata, you can explain a lot of what just happened.
Yeah, but no, none of that.
Nope. Nope.
Uh,
Okay.
and it's bad times for Gata.
Yeah. There is a bit of nasty, creepy Leoben business in here where
Yeah.
he gets to talk to Athena for a second and says that the Eights talk about you all the time.
Yeah, and they do. We see that in the episode.
Yeah, but like Cylon's got no sense of timing. Like what's
No.
appropriate to say when. It happens in this one, it's gonna happen in the next one. That it's like, don't do that. I don't care if it's true. Keep your goddamn mouth shut.
Yeah,
Oh well.
100% fair.
But our Raptor's going off to look for the base ship, and
Yeah.
there's like so much debris where they
They
to.
jump into base ship guts. Just
Yeah.
base ship guts everywhere.
Dratus is like a mess because
Yeah.
of all the birdie parts floating around in space.
Yeah, space birdies. It's bad.
Yeah. Leoben says that Starbuck can hear the unstruck music, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when she takes over the controls and just like pilots her way to the ship. She just knows.
Yeah. Anders is all like, oh, Starbuck hears the music? Funny how that worked, huh? Can we talk more about the music, Leoben?
Yeah, I don't think it's that though. I think this is metaphor music. I don't think this is literal music. At least for
mean,
now.
I will abstain for the sake of possible or non-possible spoilies. No, I have a thing. Maybe.
So
It's been
I
a while.
keep waiting. When we've talked about how I'm sticking to my guns that Starbuck is human.
Yeah.
That there's supposed to be something that's really going to make me question that. You kind of alluded to there's going to be a thing. And
Yeah.
I don't feel like we've hit it yet.
You'll know.
Okay. Because I was like, is this a case of Laura's just that like thick about it?
No. No,
Okay.
no. Well, one, you're not. But two, no. You will. The thing will when the thing happens, the thing will be very obvious. But the
Okay.
thing is also not the thing you are expecting.
Well, okay. All right. That was so helpful and useful.
Do you want me to tell you?
No,
Yeah,
of course not.
We're 14 episodes away from the end here. I could just ruin it all.
No, let's
We'll
not.
keep it strong. Okay, cool. We'll
We've
keep
done
going then.
so well.
I know. Just a random episode in season 4. Xhafer snaps and starts shouting spoilers. No. We'll make it. It's fine. You just got to have a little faith, Laura. Kara hears the music, takes the wheel, and drives them straight to a scene from her painting. She thought it was a comet around this gas giant, but surprise, it's a base star.
A very unwell base star.
It does not
Yeah.
look good.
I wrote down that I don't like this look on Leoben's face. Don't know what that look was, but I can imagine. I don't really like any look on Leoben's face, to be fair.
Yeah. Before they can do anything, the Raptor gets hit and they land on the Cylon ship immediately. And we miss all of this. We just get the little bit through Kara.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Starbuck comes to, and somehow we've made it to the base star. I assume it's because, let's see, Athena
Sharon was piloting.
good pilot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also unlikely to just pass out, Sharon.
Yeah.
So she's looking at the Raptor when she gets accosted by a bunch of fangirl hates.
Yeah. A bunch of Sharons.
They're so
Are like,
excited to see her.
Be our leader. Be our leader, please. We want to revolt against the Sixes, but we can only do it if you tell us.
Yeah, the Sixes are so bad at this. They keep fucking up. They need to be stopped. Athena is not impressed.
She's like, you guys suck. Why don't you make a
Mhm.
damn choice for yourself?
Mhm. She's like, you
Yeah.
got to pick a side and you got to stick to it. Like,
Yeah. Y'all need a little faith.
yeah, it seems like Athena's the only one of the Sharons who's reasonably done this, right? Picked a
Yeah.
side, stuck to it. Boomer sort of picked a side, but then did not
Did
stick
not
to
pick a
it.
side. Yeah. Multiple
Yeah.
times now, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had the whole like, well, we shot a Dama. That's a big one. And like,
Yeah.
go back and we revolt with the sixes, and then that didn't work very well, and now we're like fucking Cavill. Like what?
Yeah.
What? No good.
I don't get it, but that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. But Athena's saying stick to something or you're never gonna have anything.
Yep. Over on Galactica, Rosalind hears someone complaining to a nurse, and hey, it's the not visitor. Let's enjoy this brief moment of joy at seeing a familiar face before we get into her character and story.
Yeah, because the whole
Just
thing.
smile and pause here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She's definitely in a different role here.
Yep. She is dying of cancer and listening to Gaius preach.
Yes. Rosalind is going to have a little moment with her here and goes to turn off I want to propose a name for this. The Gaius Wireless.
Okay.
But that is very upsetting to Major Kira. Do we want to call her Major Kira? What are we going to call her?
Her name is Emily. Her
Yeah, I
character's
think,
name.
okay. I think it took them a while to say that.
Yeah, Rosalind's all like, well, Gaius sucks. I hate this guy, so I'm going to turn this off because this must be bothering you like it bothers me. And she's all like, bitch, what?
Don't
That is the
touch
one
my
thing
radio.
bringing me comfort right now.
Yes.
As I'm laying here literally dying.
Rosalind's pretty struck, pretty hurt. She had no idea that other people liked to listen to this, and she wheels herself away for now.
Emily just wants Rosalind to have a little faith.
6 is not happy that Spux wants to see the hybrid and that Leoben has made this promise.
She throws shade at Leoben where it's just like, look, we were willing to indulge your obsession with this human on New Caprica when you wanted to play house. But now we're talking about the survival of the fucking species, Leoben.
Yep. But he's like, no, there's no way around this.
Yeah.
6 is like, well, we could just take their raptor and leave.
Yeah, just shoot him. You brought it here. Congrats. We've won.
Yeah, but I mean, that's so short-sighted. 6. What are you thinking? What are you doing with a single raptor? Like,
yeah,
come on.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. And unknown exactly how many models are running around this space star anyway. So
yeah, 6 acquiesces here that they're going to have to form an alliance with the Colonials. Athena puts a plan together really quick to use the Raptor to jump the base star, but they're going to have to take the hybrid offline in order to do it. While they're having this conversation, Anders is in the background. They give us a couple shots of Cylons, other Cylons using the computer, and he's all like, I wonder. He's slowly putting his hand in the Cylon pool of
he's gonna do the computer goo. Yeah.
Yeah, the computer goo. But he just can't bring himself to do it. He's afraid to. He doesn't do it a couple of times.
Yeah.
He almost does it.
And now we gotta move rooms. Oops. Yeah.
Real talk. He uses it, right? It works or it doesn't. Presumably it would work. But has a human put their hand in there before for them to know if humans have done it?
I thought Baltar stuck his hand in the goo at one point.
Did Baltar stick his hand in the goo? Okay, so they would know.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was hybrid goo he stuck his hand in, not computer goo.
Yeah, he definitely gets his hand in some hybrid goo. I don't know if he ever tries to touch the keyboards. But I'm just wondering if they're oh, humans can use those when he does it and just totally downplay it.
That'd be so interesting.
That would be a funny moment that doesn't happen.
But Anders just doesn't have faith.
So Six and Jean are working on connecting the Raptor to the base star. And this Six is all like, "Oh, you fucking killed me on New Caprica," and then kills Jean. And I am upsetty spaghetti because Jean goes out in a manner completely unbefitting of her character, because she's been portrayed as nothing but a badass since day 40 when we first met her. And she goes out like a chump. She's like backhanded from a Six and is just dead. Fucking boo.
I also think that the remark she makes that triggers the Six to like do the backhanding is maybe out of character. And granted, I've mixed this person up with another person for most of the show. But I was like, man, I just can't see anybody outside of maybe a couple of other characters who are not here being stupid enough to say this, where she was like, I could do it again for old time's sake or something stupid and kind of aggressive in the way it's said. And I'm just like, I just don't believe that anybody would do that. But
yeah,
we had to have something provoking for the Six to respond to, I guess. And I was just like,
yeah, it just feels like, oh, it's the final season. We've got to kill a character an episode. Let's go. Hashtag justice for Jean. I want to see it in the Discord. Justice for Jean, y'all. She got done dirty.
Yeah.
Not standing for it. Send your angry letters to Ron D. Moore, addressed in this, the year of our Lord 2026. If I see him at STLV, I'm gonna ask him, hey, you killed Jean like a bitch in season 4, episode 6. What was up with that?
Yeah. Really, we just wanted to set up the next dramatic thing that happens, which is interesting, I guess. It does look like steps toward real trust between these folks who are here. But I'm just like, I just don't see how any colonial character can be this stupid when they are in basically the belly of the beast, for a lack of a better term.
After the Six, so we've got a Caprica 6 style 6 and then a Gina style 6. And the difference is the Caprica 6 is in the blonde, at this point, wig. And the Gina 6 is Trisha Helfer's natural hair color.
Yeah.
And I can't help but wonder if this was like cathartic for her. But so the bleach blonde 6, Anders grabs her and is about to kill her. Kara talks him out of it. Another 6, the Gina 6, comes and talks to the blonde 6. They have a brief conversation, and then the Gina-like 6 pulls Anders' trigger, killing the other 6. And she's like, blood for blood, that's human justice. And, excuse me, we're like within 4 years of your active genociding. Maybe you don't get a high fucking horse here.
No.
And you do not have the moral high ground.
I think it's also Cylon justice, right? I feel like we've seen Cylons
for sure
happily do this. Yes.
Yeah. But they have no respect for life, humans.
Yeah. Right. I don't know. It's an interesting drama scene, because we do have the story of the 6, the Caprica style 6.
Yeah.
Is talking about being drowned on New Caprica.
It's like experienced trauma on New Caprica, which is relatable to our characters.
Yeah. And the Gina 6 is basically taking the justice into her hands and saying, well, this is what we have to do. They do share a weird kiss.
Yeah.
But okay.
We found a way to make Trisha Helfer kiss Trisha Helfer. We're going to do it. Modern technology. Good for you guys.
Yeah. It's that. We know what the sci-fi audience wants.
Yeah. This was after they rebranded to SIFY. So I actually don't know if that's, I don't know if that's true or not.
I refuse to
remember
believe
when that was.
Because I feel like it was more recent. I want to believe it was more recent.
Back in Medbay, Emily calls Rosalind over to apologize because she's on lots of drugs, and she's like, sometimes
Yeah.
I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. Sorry. She gives her a shawl with a nice floral print. She's all like, "Oh, there's this woman on this ship that makes them for people with cancer.
Yeah.
Take this because I'm not gonna need it anymore."
Oh,
And she
yeah.
like gets Rosalind to like feel her hair as it's been growing back. And when she does, she like grabs her hand up against her head and just is like, "This is gonna get so much worse before it gets better."
Mm-hmm.
It's
Actually,
like,
I don't even
God
think
damn,
I don't think she even gives us the before it gets better. I think she just says it's gonna get
it's
worse.
so much worse. Yeah. Starpiece is brought to the hybrid, who rambles as we cut back to Emily, who tells us of her afterlife experience, the river that she saw that lines up with the river that Baltar speaks of as being the method of transportation between our life and the next.
Yeah, she's got this ferry she's been seeing,
Mm-hmm.
and she feels like there is a loving
To be
presence
clear,
out
like a
there.
boat, a ferry, like a large boat, not like a
Yes.
winged
Mhm.
creature. Listener, if you didn't watch
Sorry.
this episode to see the boat that they're hanging out on, like a yacht sometimes.
Yeah, she's not on like the really weird drugs, right? She's
Yeah,
just having the boat vision and that there's something there that's going to take her over. And she's like, maybe Baltar's like right, and there's something else out there that we can't see.
yeah.
But back on the base ship, the hybrid be rambling.
Yep. This is not making sense to Kara. We cut over, see that the timer has 4 hours left. We see Gata is in rough fucking shape. And then Sharon, goes to unplug the hybrid. It starts screaming. The Centurion freaks out, goes to stop them,
Yes.
shoots that Sharon, and then Starbuck and Athena take out the Centurion.
This is so weird. I
Yeah.
don't know what to think of it yet. I know that Cavill told us the Centurions were going to be a problem.
Well, yeah, they've got their
Uh,
free will now, which means the Centurion should have trusted that everything was going to work out. You know, he just needed some faith.
I feel like there's bigger problems coming with the Centurions.
Yeah.
It's weird to me that if the Centurions have free will, that we shot like this one and it wasn't a problem for any others that are on the ship. They seem
Mm-hmm.
fine, I guess. But is this implying that maybe the Centurions aren't very smart? Like he couldn't comprehend what was happening except that the ship is in pain
Maybe.
and I must stop it?
Maybe.
Or
It
do they
could
know
be
something we don't know?
also maybe.
Hmm. I don't know if
We'll
we're going to get answers.
see.
Okay. Yeah.
That Sharon's blood fills the hybrid bathtub, turning it from a milky white to a red.
Yeah.
And right before they pull the plug, the hybrid goes lucid, acknowledges Kara, and then
Mm-hmm.
says the following: "Thus will it come to pass. The dying leader will know the truth of the opera house. The missing 3 will give you the 5 who have come from the home of the 13th. You are the harbinger of death, Kara Thrace, and you will lead them to their end."
End of line.
End of line. Yep.
I wrote it all down too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Athena unplugs the hybrid. The base star goes dark. Emily and Rosalind talk theology here. Baltar preaches for the Cylon god. Emily says that a god that's true belongs to all, else they aren't much of a god.
Sure.
Rosalind says it's a falsehood. And Emily retorts that the Lords of Kobol, who are even more ridiculous in their stories and evil in nature, are significantly less believable.
Yeah. And Rosalind tries to be like, well, you're not supposed to like really believe in them. They're metaphors.
Metaphor!
But Nana Visitor's not impressed.
No, she is not. She's like, Zeus is just handing out fates from a jar. Your fate is to survive a genocide so that you could be in a cramped freighter for 3 years and then die of cancer. That,
Right.
like, who the fuck are these gods doing this? This is terrible. How could you believe in this?
Yeah, that is rough. I'll give you that. Rosalind tells a little story about how her mother thought Aphrodite would come and take her away as she was dying from her cancer. Like literally the goddess would appear and take her off. And she remembers that her mom faded away and was terrified of a black abyss as she died.
Yep. And Emily brings up a valid point here. Emily says that this is all just Rosalind's perspective of her mother's death, not her mother's perspective.
That's
of her
true,
death.
yeah.
It's like, you don't know what she was experiencing. You are applying what you reason to be that experience to it, which is improper, which is 100% fair. Rosalind doesn't know what dying is like, and to be absolutely convinced it's this terrible, dark experience just because you saw someone die. Like, I empathize with that. That's not, I mean, my dad died of cancer related stuff. I held his hand as he passed. Like, I have had a very similar experience to this, and it is heavy, but it's also just like, this is a valid perspective. It's all like, my perspective of those events is different than his, and I will not know his perspective of those events probably ever, because I'm not going to die. So I don't have to worry about it too much.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
We're gonna figure out immortality before I have to worry about it.
Just
so
upload me in the cloud, baby.
No, the gene editing is way easier. And then I don't have to worry about consciousness transference, which is always bullshit. You're not getting me to teleporter either. Those are just suicide machines.
Yeah, don't break apart my molecules and put them back together. I like these molecules where they are.
I like them in the current order and standing that they are in. Maybe I could stand to lose a few, but that's something else entirely.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be one of the dark sides of the transporter industry when it happens, right? Is that we're going to use it for weight loss. It's going to be another tool of the diet industry.
Why do you think? Why do you think they're all so fit? You think it's because they're in a pseudo-military organization? No, it's the transporter tuning.
O'Brien is sitting there. That's what
transporter.
That's why we have to have O'Brien like in there all the time, because he's like doing the math. He's like, okay, so Riker said that he's gained 2 inches on his waist, and next time he comes through, I need to remove this many molecules.
Right. So I mean, if the transporter is clearly capable of that stuff, if it wasn't, then we wouldn't have all these weird transporter accidents where other weird stuff happens.
Yeah.
Also, the existence of Thomas Riker proves me right. It's a suicide machine.
Yeah. Don't like
Anyways, that's as much Star Trek podcast as you're going to get out of us, listener. Where were we?
So we were having this great moment when all of a sudden Emily just like chokes.
Oh yeah, she's
in horrible pain.
Starts suffering intense pain. She gets some morpha, and Cottle's all like, all that's left is to make her comfortable.
Yeah, poor Rosalind is distressed and wants to do something for her, and all she can do is like clutch the scarf and say some prayers.
Yep. Over on the base star, the dying Sharon tells Athena she was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, that's really not helpful right now. Like, what are we doing with that? Like,
yeah. You were right. We shouldn't revolt against the Sixes. You were right.
You're right. We need to believe in something.
We got to have faith.
You were right. What?
You were right. What? So this dying Sharon reaches for Athena. Athena turns her down, so Anders comforts her instead.
Yeah, he's so himbo.
He's empathizing with a dying Cylon, which is...
'Cause he's a himbo. What?
This is him acknowledging his internal struggle. Yeah.
Yeah, he's having a growth and all. He like murdered all these Cylons before, but now he can't he's got to feel things for the thing that is essentially him.
I can't stay mad at what is essentially me.
So this is where we have our talk about what all the business means, all them hybrid ramblings, right?
Yeah. They discuss the hybrid's words and they spell it out for the audience. The key to finding Earth is the final five because they came from Earth, so they must know the path to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And the missing three is Deanna. Her model number was 3. So they have to go unbox Deanna to find out who the final five are to get them to lead them to Earth. And Anders in the background is just like, maybe that's not what it means. Maybe we just leave the final five alone, guys. Maybe they're just chill people who don't even know anything. Just saying, throwing it out there.
I do find it very funny that we're leaping to conclusions here that the final five must know where Earth is. And we the audience, know the fuck around 4 and that they do not know what they're doing. I wondered, maybe I've just been Game of Thrones pilled, but I was wondering if this hybrid prophecy, maybe like, you know how Game of Thrones, they were like, ooh, there's this prophecy, but there's like multiple things.
Yeah.
Ways it could be interpreted, and then like, ooh, gotcha, it was something else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was kind of applying that to here, and I was like, I wonder if there is any other interpretation that is gonna make itself apparent here. I was thinking like, the missing 3, that seems pretty like the Deanna is a 3, right? But also they are 3 models of Cylon who have like gone rogue.
Mm-hmm.
So, or that's the other 3 are out there, the Cavill, Simon, and Doral. They're sort of missing in this scenario, right?
They could be doing stuff, yeah.
They could be doing stuff. When we say the home of the 13th, we're like jumping to the conclusion that this is the 13th colony. But part of me is like, what about the super secret 13th Cylon? But I don't know. I would just be interested if they like throw some little like, oop, maybe it was actually a little other thing.
I mean,
in there.
There's a bunch of stuff it could be. Maybe it was talking about like the navigation of all this trip to find Earth has been Hilo, Starbuck, and Gata. That's a triumvirate. There's a lot of 3s. You could be looking at Adama. Well, Adama and Rosalind, there's not really a third there. But
that's a pretty strong dyad, yeah.
Maybe Gaius as like the spiritual leader right now. Like,
there's like, yeah, you could call them a triad, sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like there's a bunch of 3s that it could be. And that's good writing. And also it's just like we're making it work right now.
Yeah. And there's like, the dying leader, it's like, oh, that's Rosalind, but the 6s aren't doing so well at like leadership right now. So it's like, are that's the 6s as a model kind of dying? Like I don't know. Like,
and just because like Rosalind's dying doesn't mean that she's the dying leader.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to die slow to be dying. It could be very sudden when it happens. I mean, we've seen Adama get shot and almost die. Like,
the other thing is we're setting up Mr. Gaius Baltar for a whole like Christ thing. He could be a dying leader at some point.
Yeah.
Don't know. So I just wanted to throw out that maybe there's multiple interpretations. Maybe it would be interesting if there's another interpretation that plays out rather than the show just leading us here in episode 6 of season 4. Just like, oh, yep, this is definitely it. Like, I don't know. But it sounds like we might get Lucy Lawless back if this all goes according to plans. If
you believe we'll get Lucy Lawless back, if you have enough faith that we'll get Lucy Lawless back. We see Emily. We cut over to her on the boat on the river with Rosalind, and it's just how she
Yeah.
described it before. She goes and sees her family and all of her dead loved ones waiting for her, and she goes and she joins them. And Rosalind sees her dead loved ones waiting for her.
Yeah,
And
her
the scene
mom.
is super serious. So when I say that Beth walked into the room at this point, said, "Oh my God, it's Barbara Bush," and then walked out before any context could be applied to this scene,
Yeah.
know that that is an absolutely true story and also just a modicum of insight into my life.
She
Cool
did
girls don't
kind of
look at
look kind of Barbara
explosions.
Bush, though.
Coming back at some point. She did kind of look like Barbara Bush. It's very fair.
Yeah, yeah. But Rosalind says she's like relieved to see her mom,
Yeah.
but she says, "I'm not ready, but I'm
Mhm.
so relieved you're okay."
You
And
know what else was a relief? You know who wasn't there waiting for her?
Billy.
Billy.
Oh. That would have been so funny if Billy was like in the background and like unnoticed.
I paused. There's lots of out of focus extras. None of them are Billy. Some of them are the same extras that were Emily's family.
Mm-hmm.
There's some overlap there. There's some of the same people. You think that would have
Yeah.
come up in a conversation.
Yeah.
Your uncle's name was what? Oh my God, that's crazy.
No, Billy. Maybe
No Billy.
did Billy not go to heaven?
But all
After-
Billies go to heaven.
After the great sacrifice? I shouldn't rag on Billy. He seemed fine. Nope, she's not ready. She wakes up and she hears the Gaius wireless,
Yep.
but Emily is gone.
Yep. We cut over to the Demetrius and time is about to run out. Gata looks fucked.
Yep.
And
Yep.
with this show's typical dramatic timing, the base ship jumps in at the last possible second. They did a fucking countdown cock tease here. They're like, they count down to 0 and they're like, I guess that's it. We got to jump in 5, 4. I'm like, motherfucker, you just finished the countdown.
You gotta have faith, guys. Yeah.
Why does Athena, of all characters on this show, call to let the Demetrius know that this isn't a trap?
Oh, that is a really good point because
This is
there's
so
like a
dumb.
whole bunch of people on that ship who look exactly like and sound exactly like Athena.
have a bunch of shared memories and stuff. Like,
Mhm.
we don't know where that stops and ends. And it's just like, this is the dumbest fucking move you could have possibly made.
Maybe you have to have your hands in the computer goo and to operate the like ship to ship communication. So like she has to do it because she's the Cylon who can put her hands in the computer
They
goo.
show her in the Raptor in there.
Oh yeah, never mind. Okay.
She calls them from the Raptor, not the base star. Send Anders. Send Starbees. Fucking send Leobin. Like, Leobin would have been all like, hey, it's Leobin. I was there earlier. That is more believable to me because there's got to only be one of those motherfuckers on a base ship.
That's
compared
right.
to a Sharon that there are thousands of. And it's just like, this is such a dumb choice for such a seasoned military officer at this point. Yeah. Where it's just all like, if I'm Hilo, it's just like, oh, babe, great to hear from you. What's our password on our Roku account?
I mean, maybe that's it.
Only you would know.
Is she just has faith that he will recognize his particular wife from the copy of thousands of his particular wife?
I don't trust that himbo to handle that.
Oh no, he's not handling very good. I think on this whole thing.
Rosalind goes to talk to Adama here about Baltar's nonsense.
Can I tell you, I thought at first that she was headed to the Bang Bus to talk straight to Baltar. I was like, oh my God, she's going to the Bang Bus. And then the door opened and it was Adama. And I was like, oh, thank God.
I can't handle Mom going to the Bang Bus.
Nope.
Not on Mother's Day.
Yeah, but she wants to talk about Baltar. She wants
Yeah.
to talk about the prodigal son. So,
Mhm.
the other
They have a
prodigal
little
son.
conversation, and at some point, Adama talks about having hope that they're actually going to find their way to Earth. She's all like, where did that come from? You were the non-believer. And then he's like, well, Laura, you gave me faith.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's the episode. How'd you feel about this guy on a scale of 1 to 12 colonies?
Perhaps I am tainted by my recent experiences, but I found it pretty beautiful.
Yeah, I really like this episode. I think this is the strongest episode we've had in a minute.
Yeah, I had a few tears, and then over the following days, I had even more tears. And
Yeah.
I just really felt for Rosalind when she said, I'm not ready to go yet. And she woke up. And I wish I could like say something profound or make a silly jokey joke about it, but it was what I needed when I needed it. So
Yeah.
very
No, this
good.
is really good up,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
I give it, I don't know. I'm going to give it 11. I'm going to be very generous
Yeah.
today. Mm-hmm.
I wrote down 10. Great up.
Okay. Yeah. Good deal.
All right. Well, next week we've got season 4, episode 7. Guess what's coming to dinner? President Rosalind faces challenges as the Colonials plot with Cylon rebels to attack a resurrection hub.
Yes.
That's a thing that happens in that episode.
Mm-hmm. I will say nothing since I have gone ahead and watched it.
But before we get to figuring out when we're going to record next episode, we got to say some thank yous this episode, starting off, as always, with Jeremy Siegel. Jeremy, you gave us our theme music, and for that, we are forever grateful. You can find more of Jeremy's work at jeremysiegel42.bandcamp.com.
And thank you to Angry Duck Time Machine on Instagram for the podcast artwork.
Aaron, honestly, I think we kind of made it easy this time. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I hope so.
I think we did all right. Yeah.
We did all right this time. Hopefully not a whole lot to edit. Lots of the same drop. You're still the best, though. Appreciate you. Thanks so
Yep.
much for editing this podcast.
And listener, thanks for being here with us. It's a great journey. We're in the home stretch of if you've got burning thoughts you need to get out, come to the
Go
Discord.
see a doctor. Burning thoughts is not normal. Go see a doctor, please. Dear God.
Most of the things that come out of you should not be burning. Even your thoughts. But you can come to the Discord and get some of them out.
Yeah. Yeah, just hopefully they're not contagious burning thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If they're spoiler burning thoughts, you better take that shit to Spoiler Town.
Go to Spoiler Town. Just ask. We'll get you in.
Mm-hmm.
It's good there. It's a good time.
Yeah, there's like 3 different people waiting to put you in Spoiler Town, so you just show up and ask.
Yeah, someone will take care of it. And we'll see you next week, Internet.
All right, bye.
Bye.